If you hate social media, like the idea of posting regularly on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter kind of turns you off, and mostly because you think it's a huge time suck, it'll just take a lot of time for you to take pictures and then write captions and engage with people. I get it. I do understand that. But the truth is that this is really a part of our world today. And it is part of owning a business online. So I'm going to show you a really simple way of taking one or two pictures a week or batch creating them, batch photographing, and then posting once or twice a week, which will be just enough to market your business, get the word out, and keep you going and not taking time away from your busy schedule.
So one of the ways of getting into social media easily, as easily as possible, I think, is using Instagram. So I'm going to be talking about Instagram throughout this video. The other reason I think that Instagram is nice to use, that makes it easy to use, is because the pictures, you're pulling them all from your phone, so it's pretty instant. And also you can, from Instagram, directly post the same thing to Facebook and Twitter and also to Tumblr, I believe. But anyway, you can post to other places directly. So it kind of takes care of a few things all at once. So what do you post about? What should you show? What kind of pictures should you share? Well, let's get into that. So if you're a yoga teacher or you own a yoga studio, you might want to show a set of pictures of poses. In this case, this is tree pose, and you could post that and talk about it, the benefits, and then again talk about the classes you offer. Or maybe you're a tennis instructor and you want to show where you work and how you work with young kids. Um, this is very important because when people are looking for a tennis instructor, they want to see who that person is, they want to see how they work with kids, they want to know what they're investing in. Now, here's something a little bit different. This is a picture of a newly married couple. And who would use this? Well, maybe a wedding photographer. You can talk about the photography that you do. Or what if you are a financial advisor? This would be a really interesting picture to use because you could say something like, these are my clients. Oh, by the way, if you're using pictures of people you know, make sure you've got their permission. But you could say something like, these are my clients. They just got married. But before they said I do, we talked about their retirement plans. We talked about getting rid of student debt. And studies have found, and also in my experience, I've found that when I work with couples who are about to get married, whether they're young or middle aged, no matter what stage of life that they're in, it's really important to talk about finances before you tie the knot. So that's what I've done. I'm happy to say all my clients are still married, things like that. So there are a lot of different creative things you can do with pictures that relate to your business and get people interested in what you're doing and how great you are at what you do. So let's look at just a few more examples. Now, one of the things I tell people about running a business and then posting on social media is this: you should show who you are because people may not know who you are. They want to see you, they want to see how you work. So, if you can, let's just say you have a team, right? It's really interesting to prospects to see where you work and how you work and what you look like. Don't be afraid to do it. People like these pictures and they don't have to be perfect. But if you can then again relate it to your prospects, like say, we have regular meetings about our client projects. We're very open about things. We think everything through. We plan very carefully, and so on and so on. People get a much richer sense of who you are and how you do your work. And again, in the description, you want to relate it back to them and say, if you have a project, talk to us, contact us. Our link is in the bio. Now, I work with quite a few life coaches as well, and they have told me that they post a lot of things like really pretty pictures of flowers or gardens with a quote on top. That's okay. That can be kind of interesting. Another thing that you can do is you can find interesting signs with interesting words or inspirational quotes and talk about those too. And again, always relate it back to your work and how you help people. So in this example, this is an interesting sign. You belong here. It's very poignant. And I think it's a great way for life coaches to say, hey, this is how I help people. I make them feel like they belong. I help them get through obstacles in life. And if you're having trouble or you're just not sure what you need help with, contact me. My link is in the bio. Okay. So you're starting to see this pattern now of, talk to them, what you offer, how you help people, and then get them to get in touch with you. All right, so I've shown you some examples of some pictures that you can use, some types of pictures. Of course, you can always show product pictures. That's always great. Show multiple angles, talk about the materials used to make those products or ingredients in them, and so on, and always tell people to get in touch with you and offer to help them. So let's take a quick look at how we can do this actually on Instagram. So this is my Instagram account. I do follow some beauty companies, things like that. But anyway, here we have, after hitting the plus button at the bottom of the screen, I've chosen that picture of the newly married couple. And then what you can do if you want is add a filter to it, edit it, do whatever you want. I like Juno, I like Slumber, I like a few of these filters. Sometimes I don't use them at all. But once I've decided on all that and I have no more edits to do, then I start writing my caption. So remember, I'm using this picture not as if I were a wedding photographer, but more like if I were a financial advisor or some kind of financial expert. And then you quickly write your caption explaining why you're putting that picture up there, why it might be interesting to your target audience. And the cool thing is that instead of showing them some not so interesting pictures of stocks or stock prices or the Wall Street Journal, not to say the Wall Street Journal isn't interesting, but anyway, this kind of picture can be quite surprising, quite unexpected, and then you can use it in a rather creative way. So that's what I mean, use your pictures creatively, think of different ways that you can talk about them and then apply them to your business as well as to your ideal customers. So in this one, I'm just finishing up the typing of the caption, and at the end, I state, or I find a way to relate it to the viewer, to the intended audience. So are you getting married? Need financial advice before you say I do? Contact us. We can help. Link in bio. You always want to put those kinds of things in there to try to get people to take some kind of action. And then, of course, add a hashtag or two or more. Just beware that sometimes, oh, that's right. Beware that when you're posting, if you're going to post this directly to Twitter, there is a character limit. So, just think about that. On here, I'm not connected to Facebook or Twitter, but that's where you do it, right there in the area where you create the caption. Connect to Facebook and Twitter, and then you're done. Now you've seen a few ways, a few ideas of what you can use on Instagram in terms of pictures and just writing short captions, and then boom, you're done. The next step is to batch create. So go ahead and find as many pictures as you can, between 8 and 12. And that way you can select them, edit them, or do whatever you want with them very quickly, and assign a day or two every week on which you post to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And then, of course, you'll start growing your following. And remember to answer all comments if you can, because that's how you start, engaging with your audience and getting to know them and allowing them to get to know you better. All right, so I do hope that this has been helpful. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell for notifications as to when my latest video has been uploaded. And I thank you so much, as always, for watching, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next video.